All right, when you multiply fractions, you are going to see different types of fractions. You could see proper fractions, you could see proper with whole, you could see proper with mixed or mixed to mixed. So there's different steps that you're going to have to do. So if you're doing a fraction by a fraction, which is your proper by your proper, you're just going to multiply straight across. So 7/9 times 6/5 is going to be 7 times 6, which is 42, and then 9 times 5, which is 45. And that would be your answer. Now, normally you would simplify, but you can't because there's no common factor between 42 and 45. Next, 1/3 times 6/9, number 2, so it would be 6 over 9 times 3 is 27. So that would be your first answer, but you can simplify both by 3, which would end up giving me 2 over 9. So that's going to be both answers for number 2. Number 3, you're going to do 5 times 3, which is 15, 9 times 2, which is 18. You can simplify both of those by 3, which is going to give us 5, 6. So these are the two answers for number 3. Number 4, 10 times 2 is 20. 12 times 3 is going to be your 36. They're both even, so if you divide both by 2, again, I like to use the ladder method for this. So 20 divided by 2 is 10. 36 divided by 2 would be 18. Since they're both even, keep going. And this is going to give you 5 and 6, which your simplified version would become 5 over 6. It's a little trick you learned in 6th grade. Now we've got a mixed fraction by a proper fraction. So the first step you have to do, if you look at your anchor chart, is you have to turn your mixed fraction into an improper fraction. So you're going to do this by doing MAD, which is what we learned on the other page. So you're going to do 6 times 5, which is 30, plus 1 is 31 over 5. And then you're going to times that by 3 over 4. So 31 times 3 is going to become 91, and 5 times 4 is going to be 20. Now you have to turn this back into a mixed fraction by dividing 91 by 20. So you try to figure out how many groups of 20 go into 91. You've got 20, 40, 60, 80. 5 is 100, so you're going to use 4, which is 80, and you're left with 11. So your final answer would be 4 and 11/20. You want to know that both of these are equivalent because in 6th grade we're going to actually use both of them. Number 6, do MAD because you see a mixed fraction. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 1 is 15 over 2 times 4 over 6. Multiply straight across, you're going to get 60 divided by 12. And then if you divide 60 by 12, you're actually going to end up getting 5. So this is actually equal to a whole number. Number 7, 10 times 3 is 30, plus 1 is 31 over 3. And this is a whole number, so make sure you put that 1 under it. You're going to do 31 times 4, which is 124 over 3. And then you would simplify that by dividing 124 by 3. So 3 goes into 12 4 times. 3 goes into 4 once, so your final answer would be 41 and 1/3. Again, you want to know both of these because they're equivalent and you're going to use them in 6th grade. Go ahead and do MAD and put that 1 under the 9, so you got 9 over 1 times 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9 over 2. You've got 81 over 2 is your first answer. When you divide 81 by 2, you're going to get 4 and then a 0, so your answer would be 40 and 1/2.